Are you ready?
I think so.
You want to try the whole thing?
Oh, geez.
Take it away.
Hi, I'm Mary Bridget Fasciano.
I'm Peter Fasciano,
Mary Bridget's brother.
Mary Bridget's brother.
And today is Wednesday, which means it is Sip It or Skip It Day. We have all of his whiskeys randomized on his phone. We are going to spin the wheel, pull it off the shelf, give it a little taste, and tell you if we are going to keep sipping on the bottle or if we will skip it and replace it with something else once it is gone.
Exactly. I think people get the idea.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Let's spin that wheel.
Okay, this part's easy. So funny, you can see some of the names, but then others are just a blur.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
Boy,
what is it?
Bernheim.
Original Barrel Proof, a 223.
Yep. So this is the Bernheim. This is a wheated bourbon, or this is a wheat whiskey. Bernheim, I believe, is Heaven Hill, and this is their barrel proof. And this might be their first barrel proof release of this expression. So this is A223. So let me go ahead and grab this.
Pull it off the shelf. We'll give it a pour and tell you what we think.
There you go.
Is that right?
That'll work.
I always forget the segments. You would think that I would know by now since this is the one I'm here for.
All right. So, yep, there it is. So Bernheim Original, this is Kentucky straight wheat whiskey.
Okay.
Different than a bourbon. Why would it be different than a bourbon?
Because bourbon has to have corn in it?
At least how much?
50%?
51%.
51%.
So in order for this to be a wheat whiskey, it has to have at least how much wheat?
51%.
There you go. Perfect.
I love it when I get answers right. It's like I actually pay attention to you. I am paying attention in school, Mom.
Yeah. So before we even start, if you have had any of the batch releases of Bernheim, their barrel proofs, let us know in the comments down below what you think of it. What's your best batch, if it's available in your area, and how much you're paying for it. All of the information for this is right here, along with my Sip It or Skip It tallies up to this point. It just kind of coats the glass.
I know.
Instead of swirling it and having the alcohol evaporate. But there's no right or wrong way to drink your whiskey.
Oh, this smells like dust.
It is very dusty. Okay, I've mentioned this before in multiple videos when I talk about wheat whiskey or wheated bourbons. You know Black Angus?
Yes.
Black Angus serves that wheat roll,
The wheat roll.
with the oats on top. Mm-hmm. Tell me if this or does not, if it does or does not smell like that buttered wheat roll.
Yeah, well, it's like yeasty.
Yeasty, bready.
Does it smell
Dusty.
yeasty to you?
Yeah, it's not intense like stuffing
But
your
not
nose in
all
a thing
bread.
of bread.
Like what? Like a white bread, like a white oat bread, not like a wheated bread. Which is funny because this is wheated.
Initially on the nose, do you like it or not like it?
No, I don't.
Either
I
do
don't
I.
because it's dusty. Like I have to get beyond that dust scent to pick up other scents, and there are other scents there.
But they're buried way underneath the dusty.
I'm getting a little bit of sweet, but it's like you have to get underneath that dust, and it almost makes me feel like I want to sneeze.
And I could be way off base here, but underneath the wheat, I'm thinking that there's a pear. No,
There is something fruity under there.
it's not
I was
peaches.
gonna say-
I don't necessarily know if it's apple. I think it might, because you know how pear has like that
It is.
grit to it. Mm-hmm. It almost smells like gritty
pear.
Gritty pear,
Yep, I would agree.
and a little bit and ethanol.
Yeah, you have to get past the dust, like you're trying to sniff harder, but then as soon as you sniff harder, you get a nose full of ethanol.
118.8 proof.
Okay.
It is proofy. It stinks
So
a
this
little
is
bit.
just one down from
the
one we
Penelope that
did 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Or 2 glasses ago.
2 glasses ago
'Cause
today.
We're batch shooting this. Yeah, while we're doing this, just to let you know, we are batch shooting. We have a very busy schedule in June, So I've got to produce a whole bunch of videos before we head out of town. Mary Bridget and I, along with her husband John, we're heading over to California.
And my daughter, our daughter.
And
Not our daughter, but our daughter with my husband.
We're doing
Hopefully.
KCBS barbecue event.
Competition.
Our first one is already over by the time this video is coming out.
Yep.
But I believe right now we should be in Temecula.
Temecula doing the second
doing
one.
an Ignite festival. Ribbon One Out is the name of the team.
Ribbon one out.
KCBS.
On that, we should cheers and take a sip.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that is really sweet. I did not expect it to be that sweet and that soft.
I mean, there was some burn, but it didn't stick around.
Wow. I am pleasantly surprised with that one as far as how soft it's drinking. It's drinking well below its proof, to me at least. It's sweet. I think it's got a little bit of pear, lots of vanilla, lots of sugar, lots, I don't want to say lots, caramel. I think it's vanilla.
Vanilla.
I think it's vanilla forward and sugary sweet. Like you were to just like a concentrated vanilla with a lot of sugar in it. That's what I'm getting. There's not a lot of depth to it, almost like a one hit,
One hit wonder.
a one note wonder. And I don't necessarily know if that one note is even wondrous. Is wondrous a word?
It is now.
Okay, we'll go with that. Sweet, vanilla, good proof, drinking, at least to me, drinking below its proof. Yeah.
All right.
Let's get a second sip in.
Let's do that.
Cheers.
You talk a lot. That second sip was spicy.
Yeah, you almost have to have second or third sips just to acclimate yourself. You can't really trust that first sip because you don't really necessarily know what's going on. I get a little bit more char or a little bit more barrel influence. That comes across to me as like a barrel tannin on the side of my tongue. Over the top is not good. I don't think this is over the top, but I don't think the overall experience of this is that pleasing.
It's not wondrous.
It is not.
It is not wondrous.
So I don't think I need a third sip. Are you ready to say whether this is a sip or a skip?
I
There's
am ready.
No surprise. what this
There's
is
no
gonna
surprise
be.
what it's going to be. This would definitely be a skip for me if I was starting a collection from scratch.
Same
Right?
here.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to be a skip.
Yeah.
Even though it's decent, I wouldn't say that it's bad. I've definitely had a lot worse bourbons and wheated whiskeys than this. I've had a lot worse whiskey in general than this. It's just meh.
Meh.
Yeah, it's one note. It's sugary. It's sweet. It's proofy.
But that second sip was spicy.
It was.
The first sip actually was better. The second sip was worse, which is funny because I usually find the reverse, that the first sip is not as good and the second sip is better. For me, it was the reverse on this
Yeah.
one.
And I'm not suggesting that you do this, but you can. This might have enough of that one note and that one sweetness that might contribute to a cocktail.
Yeah.
I think going forward with me, I would definitely like to try these out in
And a cocktail.
a cocktail. If you have any suggestions on what cocktail to make that is a wheated whiskey, let us know in the comments down below. In general, just let us know in the comments down below what your favorite cocktail is, and maybe we'll try this in the cocktail and respond to the comment on what we thought of that cocktail.
We need to do another cocktail
I
series.
know. I originally did not like cocktails, and then once we started doing the rye series,
Where
and
we did
I've
cocktails.
got a rye playlist. If you're interested in more Mary Bridget, I think I've gone through the entire rye series, and we made individual cocktails. So
Cocktails.
if you're interested in seeing, I should probably just create a playlist with just you,
No.
because people are always saying, "Hey, you need to have your sister on there."
Well,
I could
that's
just-
why I'm here. You don't need to put a whole playlist of just me on there.
But people that are interested in watching videos with the two of us in there, they can just click on Mary Bridget playlist and watch all of the videos that you're in, and then skip all the videos that are just me.
No, because you're wonderful.
Thank you.
But yeah, I would love to do another cocktail series. So if you do have suggestions on cocktails that you would like to see us make that aren't just wheated, but I would like bourbon cocktails.
Okay.
We did rye cocktails. I would like to try some bourbon cocktails.
And make the cocktails with different whiskeys because of the giveaway that I'm doing.
There you go.
I'd like to put in different whiskeys to give people an opportunity to win different types of whiskeys. So I don't want, 12 cocktails with this and then end up doing 5 videos on Friday with Bernheim in there.
Right, but it could be like, you could make it with any bourbon. You could make it with any scotch. You could make it with any, well, not rye. We did them already.
But I
Irish.
have more ryes. If there's any other cocktail out there, just let us know in the description below. Let us know in the comments down below. All right, I think we've
right.
exhausted this.
Yes.
All right,
and
so wherever you're at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it.
because we are definitely enjoying ours.
And then we'll see you next week. Don't forget, I have rules to the giveaway for May and June in the description below. Talk to you guys later. We'll see you
right.
next week.
Cheers.
I think this will be the last
one in June?
The last one in June. Look at that. I got Mary Bridget for 2 full months.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's what happens when he's off for the summer.
Yeah. All right.
I
See you
can
next
come
week.
over during the day.
Sorry.
Sorry.
See you next week.
I'm always cutting you off, so it's okay.
Who's talking a lot now? Well, you know what? Here, this would not make a very good YouTube
What are you doing?
channel. You have to talk. We'll see you next week.
Bye.